All right, check this out. I'm gonna make the video. Go ahead and do one of these crystal baskets. I should just call them stone baskets. And you can see, you just slide the bead up, pull this one out, and you should be able to put something that's similar in size back in there. And this one's a little bigger. And you can see this one just little out of shape. So some of these you do have to kind of configure to the rock that you're messing with. So this one really fits good with this one, right? Well, I'm gonna make one real quick for this. All right, let me go ahead and zoom in. And basically this is just braided basket with the braid and bead on the end, not on the end of that. You can adjust this to the size that you want it, have it drop down in front of your neck. These beads should be just a little bit tighter. So we got to get an assortment of beads just for doing something like this. All right, so basically you can use different stuff, different cord. This is really nice, cost effective. I mean, you can get so many out of this, it's unreal. Basically what I've done is cut 4 pieces to work with, 4 foot long, 4 pieces 4 foot long. You're going to take one and you're going to find the center of it. Find the center of it. All right. Then we're just going to pinch it right there, right? Pinch it, tie it around, and you're going to work that knot down to where the loop really isn't that big, because most of your rocks are going to be fairly small and you don't want them to go through. So, I mean, you can fit a marker down inside there, right? Then we're going to take the other 4 strands and we're just going to beat them through and tie them off. And you're going to put them on the 4 cardinal points. You can keep them spread out. So basically I found the end. I'm going to pull it tight on there, right? Pull it tight, and you're going to hold that pinch. And you're just going to tie it. And basically what I do is I'll put this end in my mouth, hold the pinch, and pull with this hand. So that's what I'm going to do. Just out of camera. So there you go. You got this circle. Your main one there, and then you're just tying off the rest of them to it in the center. So yeah, actually I got a nap in earlier, so I'm up by myself with the cats, hanging out with the cats. And you're just, again, pinching that, tying this through, grab it with your mouth. If I can do it. Tie it off. And you definitely have to pay attention to where all your lines are. Tie it off a little harder so they don't move around. They're going to want to move. You just got to pay attention to what you're doing. And you can see I got the spreading on them fairly even. Just think north, south, east, and west. Grab the center here. Pull it tight. Let me go ahead and zoom in there. You can see what that looks like. Pinch it. Pinch it and tie it off. Okay, so this is where the basket comes in. You got your bottom laid out, right? Now what you're gonna do is start tying one string next to the other. Okay, so basically you're gonna tie this one. Make sure they're not all twisted up, right? You're gonna tie this one to this one, this one to this one, this one to this one. Let me get these out of the way. This one to this one. And I got my cat over here playing with the strings. And then these two together. And the way you go about doing that is try to keep them separated, right? You're going to pinch it about right there. You don't want your holes too big unless you're dealing with a really big piece. Right there. Now all I'm going to do is pinch it right here. I'm going to wrap it around my finger. Wrap it around my finger. And then pull that line through. Now I am going to straighten these ones up down here. I'll bring that knot. You're going to force the knot down with your fingers and pulling with this hand, slide that knot down to about right there. And again, keeping it about the size of a marker. Right? Then you go over to your next two and do the same thing. Right there. You want that about the same distance, right about there. So again, pinch, go around the finger, and pull it through. Bring that knot back down. And granted, this is waxed, so it will stick a little bit. And you can work these pretty good, right? So what you can start to see forming is almost like a flower. Okay, now the next two. Again, you want that pinch about the size of a marker. Round the finger. Round the finger and pull them through. Now you can see I'm going to force that knot by pushing it up Just about right there. Okay. Now we're going to come over here and do the last two. Yeah, this stuff likes to stick to itself. Right there. Pinch, wrap around, pull it through. Pull that knot down into place. Work it down there. You can see the gap. You can see me closing up on the gap just by pushing the knot down. Okay, so now you can kind of see that flower effect there. Hopefully you can see it. Right there. So then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to spread your lines back out. And again, you are going to make sure they're not twisted up or anything and start tying them off one next to the other to form just more basket. So these two together. Oop. I don't know how they get turned so many times, but we'll get it undone here. All right, so we'll just start off with these two right here. Now, this is kind of crucial because if you don't tie these up fairly tight, if you don't pull these knots down far enough on this section right here, like if you leave it out here, the hole's going to be kind of big. You see how big that hole is. So you have to actually pull that knot down to the other knots. You see that? At least this is the way I found. All right, so let me go ahead and do that. Again, I'm going to pull these other ones out of the way. I'm going to turn it around my finger. And we're going to push it all the way down to those knots. Just like so. Right. Then this one goes over there. Now let's see which one looks like it's supposed to go this way. Then we tie these two together and do the same thing. Now I'm going to give you seeing how much I give there? Not very much. And you can see the hole is just a little bit bigger than, say, a magic marker. So again, we want to keep that fairly tight. Wrap it around your finger. Pull it down. Or pull it through, I should say. And then work that all the way down to the knots. All right. Now we're going to do these two. And you can see it forming, hopefully. These two right here. Pull it down to those knots. work that on down to just in front of them, just like so. Then we'll come over here and do this one. And now you can see the basket starting to form. Now I'm going to leave this side open just a little bit more so we can get this fat stone in here. And that's what I'm talking about. You're making them custom, right? For rocks. We want to make sure this rock fits in here, so we're going to pull it down to those knots. But we're going to give it about a 1/4 inch extra. And we can open it up. Well, open it up, and you can see the basket starting to form, right? And you can kind of start getting an idea of how it's looking. And then again, you're just going to keep doing the same thing. We'll spread them out. Yeah, the lighting sucks. Everybody's in bed. I actually should probably change this bulb here. Could probably use a better bulb. This is what it is. All right. I got my book sitting right next to me over here. I'm on chapter 14. I actually wrote the chapter already and didn't like it, so Okay, so again, you're using the opposite, one next to the other. And pull those out of the way. Give it a little pinch, wrap it around the finger, and pull it through. Oh, if I can do it right. We're going to pull it down fairly close. Lost track of how my basket's supposed to be here. And that will happen. Okay, I see. Okay, so we're going to bring it down to about right there. And you can see the hole in the basket that's going to make. Right there. Come over here and do these two. About the same. Wrap. Pull it through. Work that knot down to where you want it. Right about there. All right, and come over here and do these next two. And you're only doing maybe 3, 4, 5, depending on the stone. 3, 4, or 5. I don't know, rolls, I guess you want to call them, maybe. And we want to give that about that much. Wrap it around your finger, pull it through. I was just thinking, you could do all kinds of different things with these. And you can turn them into keychains. There's bracelets over here. Bracelets, keychains, necklaces. And then these last two over here. And you can see the basket forming. I'll stick that rock back in there and you'll be able to see it a little better. Pull it through, work that knot down. You know, depending on the rock. I mean, so here's the deal. I mean, these are made so you can change them, interchange similar rocks out. And this one's starting to look pretty good here. We probably got two more rows to go. And yeah, there's your little circle at the bottom. So yeah, if your boxes are your whatever you want to call them, spaces in between are inconsistent, it won't look like symmetrical, I guess. So that's something to pick up too. I mean, I can actually hold this now, right? And I can start tying them off while it's on. Separate them out. Right, you take these two, pinch them together. And I want that knot to be about right there. Pinch it right about there where I want it. Pull it through. And work that knot back down to where you want it. Okay. Then we're going to come over here. And I'm just going to work with the piece off. And I'm going to tie these two together. Pinch it right there. Wrap it around. I must be doing good because I haven't got no hand cramps yet. And pull that down into place. And you can see the gap that you're wanting. And keep it consistent with the one next to it. Right? These two right here, consistent. Then you're going to make another one right here. And you can see we're almost done with it. We'll probably do one more on top of this. We'll see. We may not have to. That's where I want it right there. Pinch it, wrap it, pull it through. Now Jesse's the one that's going to be braiding all these. She is a speed braider. I am not. Pull that into place, keeping it consistent with the others. These are stones that we tumbled. I've actually had this stone for years. This is another one of those stones that I've had around for years. I'm going to have to wipe it off before I put it on there. It got wax all over it. But that went through the tumblers. As you can see the basket, it's there. We're going to pinch it just about where I need it. You can see that. Hopefully you can. This is so simple. All you got to do is pick it up and try. I mean, you can use anything really. And push that knot down to where you want it. All right. We may not have to do another one. We'll see. I don't think so. I mean, it was that quick. I mean, we're not done, but we won't have to put another row on this one. And you'll be able to change this out with other stones. Right? Okay, so from here, we're going to tie these two together, these two, right here, and work that knot down. Work that knot down to the two right there. You see those knots right there? I'll work that down there. Just like so. We're going to come over here to these two. These two right here. I'm going to tie them in a knot. Okay, work it down, work it down, work it down, work it down. Till that's what you got right there. Okay. How long have we been going here? 27 minutes. Well, it probably only takes 15 minutes to actually do this. So with this right here, it's got 4 strands popping out on each side, right? You're just going to cut one of them off. You're going to save that for a bracelet or something. I'm going to come in here with some scissors. Cut it off. Set that off the side. And come over here and do one of these. Once we do that, I've actually got this board over here, and it's what I use for doing wire wrapping and bracelet braiding, and I just stuck, and I could put a nail on there or a hook. It really needs to be a hook. So basically you got 3 strands hanging off each side. Now, I do have some beads, and you're gonna braid it and then slide a bead down there. So let me get set up with this board here. All right, so this is my board. This right here is for braiding bracelets, and I'm gonna do a video on that. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. So again, I don't braid a whole lot, but you know how this goes. Okay, you braid one side and then you braid the other. I'm not going to make you watch me do all this, so you braid that all out. I'll be back. All right, this side I've gotten all the way to the end. At this point, you're going to need a bead to put on there, so kind of have that in hand. let's see here. I got some beads over here. And just for showing purposes, and you're gonna have both lines going down, one bead going down both lines. So once you got this side done, do not tie it off. You know, put a clip on there, a paper clip or something on there. This is wax, so you can just pretty much stick them together. And you're gonna come over here and then start braiding this side. And again, let me see if I can't get that braided in there. Start braiding. If you don't know how to braid, take all three in your hand, go over the top of the one, bring the one over the top, 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 back and forth. Without getting it all confused. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, my hand's starting to crap up now. All right, I've gotten this far. I'll be back when I'm done with it. All right, it's all done. Got a couple beads on there. These are actually a little bit slick. They'll work, but it's just for show. And you just want to slide that up, pull that open, pull the rock out, stick another one in there. Right? And if you got a rock tumbler, let me show you. Well, you can make all kinds of presents. All kinds. I think I'm going to do a few keychains. Whoop, I just pulled my light out. Well, it is what it is. We're going to keep on going. So yeah, check that out. I still got to wipe the stone off, but